Yo, Vibe Vault family! You ever seen a legend have an off night? Crazy, right? Even the GOATs have had games where they looked like rookies fresh off the bench. Between these 10 NBA legends, we're talking 28 championships, 23 scoring titles, and 18 MVPs. But each of them had nights they'd love to erase. So, let's break down the greatest and worst performances from some of the biggest names in NBA history. LeBron James, from Ghost Mode to God Mode. Something weird happened to LeBron James in the 2011 NBA Finals. It was like the Space Jam monsters stole his talent. Up until then, Bron had been dominant, aggressive, and clutch. But during that final series, he disappeared. With the Heat up 2-1 in the series and leading in the fourth quarter of Game 4, LeBron played what might be the worst quarter of his career. He took just one shot, had one assist, and finished with only 8 points. His career playoff low. Dallas took advantage and Miami crumbled, costing LeBron his first real shot at a ring. But if that was the worst, his best came 11 months later in Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. Down 3-2 to Boston, the King knew his legacy was on the line. And man, did he respond. 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and an ice-cold death stare that said, "I'm not losing tonight." He took over from the first quarter to the final buzzer, silencing TD Garden and proving that he wasn't built to fold. Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality in full effect. Best game, 81-point explosion, 2006. This one needs no introduction. January 22nd, 2006, Kobe went nuclear on the Raptors, dropping 81 points on 28 of 46 shooting, including 7 threes. He was locked in, focused, and refused to celebrate. Just cold-blooded destruction at its finest. Worst game, 2000 NBA Finals, Game 5. On the biggest stage, everyone expected Kobe to shine, but instead, he shot 4 for 20, finished with 8 points, and the Lakers lost by 33. It was an uncharacteristic off night, but it didn't matter in the end. LA still won the championship. Michael Jordan, the GOAT's greatest moments. Best game, The Last Dance game. 1998 NBA Finals, Game 6. MJ had 45 points, stole the ball from Karl Malone, then sunk the iconic game winner over Byron Russell to seal the Bulls' 6th championship. The ultimate mic drop moment. Worst game, the 45 versus 23 controversy, 1995 playoffs, Game 1. After returning from baseball, Jordan wasn't quite himself yet. He wore number 45, scored 19 points on 8 for 22 shooting, and had 8 turnovers, including the crucial late-game mistake that led to a magic win. Nick Anderson famously said, 45 isn't 23, and that was all the motivation MJ needed. Steph Curry, the ultimate sniper. Best game 50 in a Game 7, 2023 playoffs. With Golden State facing elimination against Sacramento, Curry put on one of the greatest Game 7 performances ever, torching the Kings for 50 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Worst game, 2016 NBA Finals, Game 7. With the 73-9 Warriors looking to close out the Cavs, Curry shot just 6 for 19, scored 17 points, and had 4 turnovers in the biggest game of his life. We all know what happened next. LeBron's block, Kyrie's dagger, and the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper's masterpieces. Best game, 49-point triple-double. 2021 playoffs, Game 5 versus Bucks. Coming off an Achilles injury, KD reminded the world who he was, dropping 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists to save Brooklyn's season. Worst game, 2016 playoffs, Game 2 versus Mavericks. KD shot 7 for 33 in one of the worst shooting performances ever by a superstar. The Thunder still won the series, but that night was brutal. Dirk Nowitzki, the Mavericks' greatest player. Best game, 2011. Western Conference Finals, Game 1. Dirk was automatic, scoring 48 points on just 15 shots, setting an NBA playoff record for most free throws made without a miss, 24 for 24. Worst game, 2007 playoffs, Game 6 versus Warriors. Facing elimination as the number 1. 1 seed, Dirk folded. 8 points on 2 for 13 shooting. The Mavs became just the second top seed to lose in the first round. Dwyane Wade, flash at his best. Best game, 2006 NBA Finals, Game 3. Wade went God mode, scoring 42 points and dragging Miami back from a 13-point deficit. He averaged 34.7 PPG in the series and won Finals MVP. Worst game, 2012 playoffs, Game 3 versus Pacers. Wade managed just 5 points on 2 for 13 shooting in an ugly blowout loss. But Miami bounced back, and he helped win a second ring that year. Reggie Miller, the Knick Killer. Best game, 8 points in 9 seconds. 1995 playoffs, Game 1. The ultimate clutch moment, down by 6 with 18 seconds left. Reggie buried 2 threes, stole the ball, and iced the game at the line. Worst game, 2000 NBA Finals, Game 1. On the biggest stage of his career, Reggie shot 1 for 16 and scored just 7 points as the Pacers lost. He bounced back later, but it was a tough debut. Larry Bird, the trash talk king. Best game, the left-handed game, 1986. Bird told reporters he'd only shoot left-handed against Portland and still dropped 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. Worst game, 1985 playoffs, Game 4 versus 76ers. Bird had just 14 points on 4 for 15 shooting with 8 turnovers in a loss to Philly. Even legends have off nights. And that's a wrap. Every legend has had an off night, but what separates them is how they bounce back. Let me know in the comments. Which NBA legend had the most shocking bad game? Smash that like button, subscribe, and keep vibing with Vibe Vault. Peace.